What is going on YouTube? And welcome back to my channel, JoJo Speaks. Thank y'all so much for joining us for yet another night of hot topics and social commentary. A couple things I want you guys to do before we get started. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Press that big red subscribe button. It is free and easy to do, so be sure to mash it. Take less than a second to mash it. So go ahead and mash it for us. Also, be sure to leave us a thumbs up. Click that thumbs up button. Let us know you're enjoying the content that I'm putting out here on my channel. Also, be sure to leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts on the topics that we're discussing on tonight. Be sure to press the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. Last but not least, be sure to share JoJo Speaks with all your family, friends, and loved ones. Let everybody out here know that JoJo Speaks is in these YouTube streets. I got my sister Jennifer back here with me. Jennifer, what's going on, girl?
I am doing well of yourself.
I'm doing well. I feel like there might be a little bit of a delay. Do you feel that at all, or
Do I feel
yeah?
that? I know that.
Okay, all right. So should we just move forward, or what should we do?
It might fix up because it's just has your
Okay,
mouth, like not syncing at the moment,
right.
but sometimes it can catch up like it has. Keep on
Yes,
talking.
yes, it has caught up. Thank you so much. All right, so thank you all so much for joining us this evening. Of course, the hottest of the hottest of the hottest topics that is available, since there were not too many to choose from for this week, is the Super Bowl. So
Oh,
it's so yeah. Go ahead,
um,
Jennifer.
I would like to make sure that you pat yourself on the back. I saw that you went through all of the TikTok messages as a form of studying for today.
Yes.
You did that. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I figured, yeah, hey, let me do my part. Since Jennifer is doing her part for me, I have to do my part for myself. And so I'm going to go ahead and do this thing. So I did, well, before we get to the halftime show, because I don't want to start with the halftime show, even though that's where a lot of the chit chat is going around. But
Yeah,
I do want to, let's get to the comments before we start with the Super Bowl, Jennifer. Go ahead and read those comments
sure.
for me, please.
Dustin says, hi at 5:34 around the time that I created the thing. He be on point.
Hey, Dustin.
Hey, Dustin, Robin is here. Hello, Robin.
Hey, Auntie Robin.
Peace and blessings unto you. Aaron, smiling with Aaron D is in the space. Hello, Aaron.
Aaron, so good to see you here. Love you, girl.
And Miss Virgo, excuse me, Lady Virgo is here.
Hey, Lady
Hello.
Virgo.
She says, good evening, everyone. Oh, and Miss Kim, she popped on in. She says, hey, J and J.
Hey, Miss Kim. What's going on? Greetings and salutations. All right. So there were quite a few performances that took place at the Super Bowl, and so I wanted to go through those performances just really quickly here. So of course, the Black National Anthem "Lift Every Voice and Sing" was sung by Lettucey. She was wearing a beautiful white outfit. It looked like a suit with beautiful hair. I loved her performance of that song. Um, I forgot the name of the song already. What is it
Lift
called?
every
Oh,
voice
Lift
and
Every Voice and
sing.
Sing. Yes. And so she did amazing. And she actually switched octaves in the middle of the song because Lettucey is a soprano and she can
She
hit the
can sing.
highest of the highest notes.
She can
So,
hit the
but
notes.
exactly, but it really highlighted her range because the beginning of the song was at a lower register. And so I love the fact that she flipped the octave right in the middle of the song and just went straight up. She had a beautiful choir behind her. I loved her rendition. I did not see it live though.
Mhm.
Only caught the two performances thereafter. So I'm assuming that her performance was the first of the night.
The
I'm
very
not sure.
first,
Jennifer,
yeah.
did you watch it live, and what did you think of her performance?
It was the very first. I did not watch it live simply because, uh, you know, I wasn't watching at the moment.
Okay. Okay.
And I actually didn't even see it. I went ahead and actually pulled her up and what she was wearing. She looked gorgeous, and I really enjoy her hair. It looks
Mhm.
great. Um, but it's like the reason why I didn't go seeking it out is because it's lettucey. How can
You
you
know
go
she gonna kill
wrong?
it.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
But according to your information, it looks like I
An
need to listen to it
analysis.
because an analysis, just the fact that she took it up the octave is like I'm sure everybody felt freedom ring through her voice.
Okay, she did excelente. I don't even want to say that she's an underrated artist because I think that everyone is aware of her talent.
Mhm.
She's just all that in a bag of chips.
I just
And
think I think it's just her music is not as big
right.
as we would like it to be, but her voice card continues to gain her access into so many spaces, and I thank God for her because, especially like, just think of all the tributes that she's been a part of and things of that
Right.
nature, and this she has yet to miss.
Yes, she sang "Be Grateful" at Walter Hawkins' memorial ceremony, and like
Child,
she
they
just
because
did the
they
darn
know who to
thing.
call, okay?
Okay,
'Cause you know she got
okay,
Jesus in her. Because
okay. Yes,
you
yes,
can
and I've
tell
also
'cause it's in her throat.
is in the throat area. Okay, yes, right on down her windpipe, honey. And I've also watched her in acting as well. She was in B-Boy Blues, which is on BET Plus. She played the mother of the main character. So love Lettucey, love Lettucey, love Lettucey.
May
And
she
then
forever have work in Jesus' name.
absolutely. Working Girl. Then America the Beautiful was sang by Lauren Daigle. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce her last name, Daigle or Daigle, along
Mhm,
with Trombone Shorty. They did a nice New Orleans version of America the Beautiful. And I love the fact that they made it so jazzy and so New Orleans like. It sounds like it came straight from New Orleans. I'd never heard of Trombone Shorty before this particular performance, but he did
uh-huh,
great. He did his thing, and I absolutely loved it. And Lauren's voice was perfect for the song. I had never heard of her before. Probably won't venture out to look for her music, but she did good for what she did. I loved what
mhm.
her rendition of America the Beautiful. Jennifer, did you see that performance? And what did you think? Because you told me that you knew who Trombone Shorty was, right?
Yes. Tyrone saw it, I didn't, because I wasn't looking for it. I think I was so enthralled with with the halftime show. It's
Right.
like,
Nothing else mattered.
at the moment, but, she looks very nice, the
She
lady.
does. She does absolutely. And then finally, before the game started, the national anthem was performed by John Baptiste. I love the fact that his piano had the stars and the stripes on it. I love that he played live. I love that he sang live. I loved his hair. I'd heard of John Baptiste before, and I'm sure that I've heard him sing before. So
Mhm.
I love his voice. He has a beautiful voice, and he performed it very well. And I don't know if he wouldn't be considered an unknown artist, but not as well known as
So
many
true.
previous national anthem singers in the past. So I love the fact that they got a New Orleans native, an actual New Orleans native, to
Amen.
sing the national anthem. And I loved every moment of it. And I love that everything that we were hearing was live. Everything was live because typically when we see the Super Bowl, a lot
It
of
has
times
to
the
be.
performers are
Yeah.
asked to have a backing track or to lip sync their songs. And so I don't know if that has changed or it must have changed. And so I love the fact that they've made that adjustment because it's so some I don't want to say it's so obvious, but a live performance tends to turn out a lot
Mm,
better than lip sync performances. That's not to, to downgrade or to speak down on anyone who has lip sync at
yeah.
the Super Bowl in the past, because there have been great performers that have lip synced in the past, but I'm not sure if they necessarily had a choice in singing live or singing with a backing track. So I thought that the national anthem was beautiful. Jennifer, did you see it? And what did you think of it?
I've heard clips of it, and I never doubted John Baptiste. He was actually the, you know how when they have the nighttime shows and they have somebody to play, I think he was, or maybe he still is, I don't know, the one for what's the man that's from here that has that nighttime show?
Stephen
Or
Colbert.
Stephen Colbert. And when I say here, I'm over here thinking South Carolina. You know
Right.
what I'm talking about, though.
Of course. Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
he was on his show, so that's how I got to know him. And he's been getting the Grammys. He's been doing his own music. He's been getting big by himself, doing his own thing. And he also has a lot of videos turning hip hop songs into classical or switching the genres of different songs. So it's been a fun thing to watch. So he is one of those musical geniuses out there. I appreciate his rendition of the song, and also just a little Tibet. The reason why they started requiring backing vocals for all the performances, for the Star Spangled Banner and all of those things,
Mhm.
it was because of Garth Brooks.
Oh.
Garth Brooks, he made a deal with the Super Bowl people. Yes, I will do the national anthem, but you're going to play this commercial for this new album I got coming out. Album, book, something, but more than likely an album.
Mhm.
And when it came time for him to come sing, let's get this going, he was like, no. And he was holding it up because y'all gonna play this commercial of mine.
Wow.
So he was holding them ransom. They couldn't find anybody to do it in place of him at the time. So they had to bow down to his demands,
Oh,
and he played
okay.
he sang the national anthem for them. So he's
Mhm.
the reason why they have to do they were having to do it not as live.
Okay, gotcha. Do we have any comments to read before we move on to the halftime show?
Nah.
Gotcha. All right. So the halftime show was performed by the amazing Kendrick Lamar, the talented Kendrick Lamar, the very innovative Kendrick
Thought
Lamar.
provoking.
Yes, thought-provoking Kendrick Lamar. I've watched quite a few videos of breakdowns of the symbolisms that happened during the show. I don't really necessarily feel the need to go through all of those symbolisms. However, when I first watched it, I did not pick up on the fact that the stage was literally a game controller. I noticed the X, I noticed the circle, I noticed the square, I noticed the other shape, the
Triangle.
triangle, but it didn't come together for me until I saw one of those breakdown videos. I also noticed the lamps, the street lights rather, the street lights that were there, and then I love the fact that he had people laying down on the street lights. And I saw that he had actually done that. And I believe it was a promo for one of his albums or something of that nature that he was doing. And so I love that. The one song that I wanted to hear from Kendrick Lamar, even though everyone wants to hear Not Like Us, I really wanted to hear Humble, because Humble is my favorite Kendrick Lamar song of all times, of
Yeah.
all the times. And I love to
All
watch
times.
him. Yes, all the times. And I love to watch him perform it live, because a lot of times he allows the crowd to do the verses and participate in the performance. And so I love that. But I love the fact that all of his dancers were Black. I loved the fact that it was obvious that all of his dancers were Black. I love the design of the costumes, the color choices of the costumes, all red, white, and blue. I love the fact that they made an American flag. Of course, it was divided with Kendrick in the middle. I love that I didn't love that all of the women were wearing the black and red hair, but there was meaning for that, and so I appreciate that. I love that SZA was there. I am a fan of SZA. And I was, for some reason, even though I know that SZA has had work done below the waist, but for some reason her thickness still surprised me at the same time. For some reason, it still took me by surprise. I was like, wait a minute, that's not that skinny girl that was in the video for The Weeknd. Like, that is not that same girl. But then it came to my mind, oh yes, she has had some work done, but she sounded beautiful. Jennifer had to let me know that she was singing live, because initially it did sound like she was lip syncing. It didn't sound live to me.
I keep on looking at it. Of course, everybody's automatically saying it's lip syncing because it's just easy to say that.
Right.
And I used to think that with Victoria Monet. I'm gonna have to let you hear some Victoria Monet.
Okay.
Just her on stage. She doesn't sound like it. She's even talking like it was on somebody's studio recording. But there's a possibility maybe the first song that she did, Luther. Maybe that could have been, but that All the Stars, it looked like it was live to me.
Okay. Yeah, but either way, she sounded
Yeah.
beautiful. She fit right in. I love the fact that he was wearing blue and she was wearing red when they were together on top of the triangle, I believe it was, that they
Hmm.
performed on. Then they moved on to the circle. My favorite part, though, well, yes, my favorite part was seeing my girl Serena Williams crip walking on the base of the street lamp. I thought that was amazing. It took me totally by surprise because initially I was like, why are they showing this one dancer just crip walking in her cute little tennis skirt and her looks like she has some Chuck Taylors on. And she's just, in her blonde hair and she was just doing her thing. I love the fact that she had her hands out while she was doing the crip walk. Like it was just everything just came together. I love the fact that Samuel L. Jackson was playing Uncle Sam during the halftime show. I love the meaning of why Samuel L. Jackson was there representing Uncle Sam and his particular specific lines throughout the performance and why he was saying what he was saying and the meaning that it had to Kendrick Lamar's performance in general. I love the fact that Kendrick is not afraid to dance. I love the fact that Kendrick is not afraid to move his hips. I love the fact that Kendrick is not afraid to do a little jig here and there. I love Kendrick's freedom. I love the fact that he allowed DJ Mustard to join him
Had
on the
to.
field. I thought that was an amazing thing because I was like, is he going to say something? Because he ain't got no microphone, but he didn't have to say nothing. All you got to do is see his face.
Yeah, he was there.
So
Mustard.
Yes, exactly. So I love that. Everything about the performance was great. I will say though that the lighting in the rafters that were supposed to be spelling out the words throughout the performance, the only thing that I actually saw was game over at the end. But apparently throughout the performance, it was
Saying
showing
different things.
different things. And unfortunately, I don't know if it was the lights or it's just my eyes. I don't know what it was, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to make out everything that it was saying
I,
throughout the performance.
I was just looking at the stage, so I wasn't even
Right.
looking at. That's and of course the only reason why we clearly saw this game over because the camera panned up
Panned
to
out.
see,
Yeah.
yeah, to the game over. So yeah.
Exactly. But overall, I thought this performance was amazing for it to be an all rap performance. Although it was rap and sung by SZA, but a rapper being the headliner of the halftime show.
Mhm.
I thought was amazing. The last time we had rappers on was when Dr. Dre did it in LA a couple of years ago with Snoop Dogg and Eminem and 50 Cent and Mary J. Blige
Doing their
and Kendrick
hits.
Lamar as well. Um,
Mhm.
but I thought it was amazing. Kendrick knew the assignment. He got an A plus 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 plus. And I haven't even seen any videos of people who are talking down about the halftime show, saying that it was boring. Even though I did watch that video that you sent me on TikTok with that
Mhm.
actor, whom I don't even know who he was, who was
Yeah.
saying that if you let's not have a ghetto, which is so amazing that he said it's ghetto because Sam said in his monologue during the halftime show, let's not make it too ghetto, let's not make it too black because we don't want to get the people upset and we don't want to get the people up in arms and you
But
know
and that I know this reaches back to our conversation about the word ghetto, but that's why
right.
I said that's why I said what I was saying on
On
Monday.
Monday. Exactly.
Mhm.
And I completely understand. And, I actually got in trouble for using the word ghetto against someone back in 2020 when I was working for the census in 2020. But we don't have to get into that
Oh,
get into
really?
that situation. I'm surprised. I guess I just told mommy and daddy about it. But anyways, I loved the halftime show altogether. I thought it was amazing. Um, Kendrick just did his thing. Kendrick is so unfazed by his haters. He's so unfazed by
Mhm.
his naysayers. He does not give a darn what they have to say, what they have to think concerning his artistry. He just does his thing, and he knows that the people will either like it or they won't like it. But I don't think Kendrick cares whether people like it or don't like it because he has a mission. He has a purpose in this music game and he takes it extremely seriously. And I just
Mhm.
appreciate that about him. And I have a new respect for Kendrick because rappers aren't necessarily on my music radar, so I'm not a big listener of rap, but I love the fact that Kendrick is so unapologetic about his pursuit of greatness. And just doing his thing. I thought it was amazing. He didn't even have to, you know, he didn't even have to say anything about, you know, Drake or the fact that he was suing him, but he decided to do it anyways. It is what it is. So what? I heard that Charlemagne the God said that it wouldn't be a good idea for him to perform Not Like Us. I
I
understand why
disagree.
he said that. However, I don't agree with him saying that. You know,
Mhm.
Charlemagne's point was, you know, you don't want to do a diss song on a big stage like that, but a diss song that was huge for like a whole year, like being played at every basketball
Exactly.
game to the point that Steph Curry was like, "I'm tired of hearing this song." So you know, there's no way he couldn't do that song.
You couldn't
And
escape it.
you can't escape it. And to be honest, I feel like that was one of the main reasons why the Super Bowl asked him to perform at the halftime show to begin with. So it might have been an obligation of
Because it
Kendrick's.
because let me tell you, I don't believe it was an obligation, but
No, of course not. Yeah.
um it was I don't think it was a really difficult decision to make it him though. It
Yeah.
certainly
Right.
helped that he had a huge situation, and for all we know, they might have chosen him before then. Like
Right.
this whole thing was like 9 months ago, like
Hmm.
when everything kind of started. And I'm kind of surprised, like it's really been that long, but it has.
Yeah.
Um, but that "They Not Like Us" song, um, it had to be done, even if it was just a little snippet. But I was surprised that he actually said the man's name.
Right. Yeah. And when he said, you know, I want to do this song, but you know how they like to sue. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, he's doing this
This is
song.
very true.
I had no doubt that he was going to perform this song.
And
I
then
totally
it's
expected
not
him
just
to.
him, but
Mhm.
other entities like to sue as well, or
Entities,
random
yes.
people that feel like I was offended by the song.
Right, exactly. So I love Kendrick for doing what he did. And you know, something I told Bianca on Monday night's show, like watching that performance showed me like I think I want a man like that. Like, you know, like someone who has thug appeal, but is not necessarily considered a thug. You know what I'm saying? At least not to me. That's not the way that I
Mm.
see Kendrick. Yes, he is from the streets. He might have thug tendencies, but he still likes to dance a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have a care in the world about the way that people view him or the way that he presents himself to others. He doesn't care how he's presented, but he knows how to present himself in a way that is something that people can look up to. Um, and he's just so authentically himself, and he's just dripping with swag and dripping with authenticity. And that's what I look for in a man. But Jennifer, I've gone on and on for maybe about five
You
to ten
have till the
minutes
break of
about the
dawn.
halftime show. So how
Hmm.
about you let me know everything that you loved about the halftime show, because I'm not, I don't have too much more else to talk about after the Super Bowl. So talk as long as you want to, girl, if you want to.
Well, for me, I really when I looked at it, I was like, okay, so unfortunately, my thought process, I automatically think like people that don't understand this ain't gonna understand this.
Right.
Just from looking at it, and I knew, knowing his music and rediscovering him throughout this process of the beef, how so
Mhm.
many things that he says is so layered, as well as the things that he does is so layered upon layered,
Yes.
and you can see so many things as more than two, sometimes different thought processes, because even with Not Like Us, yeah, it was a diss on Drake, but you can still look at it as just a thought process about colonizers.
Right. Political, honey,
Yes, and
aunties.
I think that's something that we don't get an opportunity to see a whole lot these particular days. Somebody standing up for the culture, and
Right.
not like even down to, okay, I don't know if you know of this, but when he accepted one of his mini awards for Not Like Us, I think it's best
At
rap
the
performance
Grammys.
or something, like, yeah, at the Grammys, the
Mhm.
one that Miley uh
Presented
presented.
him.
He ain't give her no hug, no, you know what I'm saying? He ain't but you got to think about it. The same thing he was talking about in Not Like Us, that was her.
Yeah.
She was doing the whole twerk it till you make it so that I can um, get eyes, be
Hmm.
seen. And now that I am here, I'm going to make my regular old Caucasian music.
Exactly, exactly. Cause Miley really didn't get big in the music thing until
Until,
We Can't Stop, We Won't Stop,
okay.
and Wrecking Ball, and
Because
all
before
that
that,
good
Party in the
stuff.
USA was all she had.
All she had,
But
child.
let's it's like the formula. Go black so you can so you can be seen and be
Hmm.
liked and switch up the game so that the white people can start to like you now.
Right.
Um so that's what I see. Him standing up for a culture. Hold on. Bianca said, I enjoyed the performance. How they did the transitions through the songs was absolutely flawless. She
Absolutely.
said, yes. And she said, that was my song. And I'm pretty sure she was talking about Party in USA.
Okay. Yeah. That was a good song though. It was a good
Mhm.
song.
But moving forward, like seeing all these people coming out of this GNX vehicle, I was like, how okay, what's going
How?
on?
How,
It's like,
Sway? How?
and actually looking at so many videos of the representation. Now, one thing I certainly do hope, like all these videos that I watched on the TikToks and stuff,
Hmm.
of course, all of that is speculation,
Right. Of
or
course.
what they think or truly believe. I really hope that one day Kendrick Lamar puts us a true breakdown of
Hmm.
every bit of symbolism in every move that
Hmm.
was made.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that I would like to believe, um, was kind of like it was kind of sad to me, but um, the people in white
Yeah.
being, all the males in white,
Yeah.
um, being his passed away homies talking about,
Yeah.
and he's had in one of his songs talking about his 16 ones
Right.
that's gone to glory,
Yeah.
and there were 10 down on the stage with them, and there were 6
6 in the street lights.
in the
Yeah.
street lights. That really really touched me. I'd like to believe that one,
Absolutely.
um, because just the thought of being able to think, like, especially while he was in that X,
Right.
all his people around him
We're
encouraging
surrounding
him,
him. Yes.
yeah, and I just think that was really wonderful. Um, so so many things. Was I about to get choked up? I don't know. I could have been. Anywho, I I really like those kind of thought patterns. When I saw Uncle Sam, I immediately was done. Imme-
DONE. Yes.
I was like, "Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh." And I'm sure all he had to do was just make a little simple little quick call because Samuel Jackson is one of them dudes, you know what I'm saying? And been one of them dudes.
Okay.
And and also like think about it. The part that he played in Django is like pretty much parallel to him being the Uncle Sam.
Hmm.
Saying what you should be doing, how you should be looking to other people, which was my automatic thought as soon as it came on. I was like, oh, the white people ain't gonna get this. They're gonna be so pissed off. They gonna hate
Yeah.
this. They gonna hate this, but oh well.
Oh
Um,
well.
it is what it is. And what's fun let me go to what you didn't see. All of the people that were complaining about the Super Bowl
Hmm.
halftime show, the complaints were, like basically people that are older
Hmm.
that just simply don't understand. Now, what I love, there were people that were introduced to Kendrick Lamar
Yes.
because they had good cheer-ins or friends that are saying, "This is who this dude is, and he's talking about this, Google that, and you'll be able to get more of that. And there's a lot more symbolism in this than you think." So come Monday morning, I saw so many TikTok videos of people talking about I've been up all night down the rabbit hole about this man and all the different explanations about these songs with an S, not just
Hmm.
because one thing that kind of like annoyed me, people kept on saying it was just a whole like the whole thing was just a diss to Drake. It's like, no,
No, not at all. You missed the whole point.
no.
You missed that. Those are the only things that looked that stood out to you. Those are
Yeah,
that's all that you picked up on.
because you're
You
thinking
heard Drake.
surface, what you think it
Right,
might be.
right.
But look at all of this. It's like, and think of the dancing and stuff. It wasn't your regular old dancing. It was just it was 100 people just jigging.
Jigging.
Just
Okay. Yes.
not saying that it wasn't choreographed,
Right.
but it's like it's not the choreography that you'll see from like a Beyonce show. But
Right.
like, how else would
Right.
you choreograph hip hop songs? What? Well, then that's how you do it.
Yeah. Little two-step here and there. You know what I'm saying? Move your arms a little bit. Not me.
Okay,
Just a cute
but
little
the
something.
all the formations, but I'm telling you, Jonathan, even to this day, I'm still seeing videos like, what does this mean? What does that mean? And what was the symbolism? What was the symbolism in all this, that, and the third?
Right.
Um, I have to say that there were people from, well, I can't say people. There was one lady from Britain.
Mm.
She is Afro Caribbean. No, I don't think she's Caribbean. I think she's African, British. Anywho, she
Mhm.
was saying like, Lord, she said she didn't like the halftime show. I watched the halftime show to be entertained. I don't want to think. I said, girl, do you know how stupid you sound? I don't want to think. You came to be entertained. Maybe you need to watch something else. Like, I don't.
And that's exactly why you know who is in office right now. You know who is in office right now. That is
What?
exactly
She
why.
ain't from here. She from.
No, but I'm just saying
Well,
that
yeah, that
translates
thought process.
to the US. Yes, actually
Mhm.
the bottom of the barrel.
Child, it was just seeing stuff like that was like,
Disheartening.
and then I thought it was funny. There was one a lovely middle-aged Caucasian woman that was saying that, well, if and plenty other people saying the same thing. Well, if they would have had this artist or this artist, we would have been able to, it would have been more enjoyable for everybody. Everybody knows who this person is. And as soon as they said that person's first and last name, I said,
Who?
who that?
Let me go to Google. Okay.
and and it's like it's like some obscure country person that's big in that arena. Not saying
Right.
that that's a bad thing, but it's
No.
just not everybody's cup of tea. Just like hip hop is not everybody's cup of tea, and
Exactly.
nobody's trying to make everybody understand it. But this person has the popularity to touch many people.
Right.
So you get somebody that's popular. It just because they're not popular in your world doesn't mean they aren't popular among the people. So that's what I saw. I also saw one unhappy Caucasian white boy. Did I already say that? I
I don't
told
think
you
you
about
did.
it.
No. Mm-mm.
He was a thick Caucasian fellow.
Okay.
You know, looked like he was tall, looked nice. You know what I'm saying? He
Yes.
said he was he was
You know
like
I like a big Jennifer. You know
like
you and me both, honey.
yeah.
Okay.
It looked like a South Carolina boy, not from like the suburbs, but from more out there that would still wear the jeans and the hat,
Maybe
the braided
Blythewood.
hat.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not Ridgeview, more Blythewood.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. I know what you mean, girl. I know exactly what you mean.
So he was at a huge Super Bowl party with 100 friends, family, and stuff like that. They had a huge Super Bowl party, right?
You did tell the story on Monday. Yeah.
I knew I did. I knew I
Yeah.
told somebody.
Right.
But yeah, it also was. I just like the fact that this was a situation where it. Oh wait, no, there are people here that might have not heard this. I'm sorry. So
Okay.
what happened was that excuse me, the Super Bowl show is on or whatever. He said, I don't know what they're saying. That's what they all say. What is he saying? What is he
Mhm.
saying? And he said, well, this is what he's saying. He was like basically reciting the words to Not Like Us to him. He said, well, do you like P files? And he's like, no, I hate him. Well, that's what he's talking about. He's going against, the P files. He's saying that, that's horrible. You know what I'm saying? And he said, I don't care. And basically referred to Kendrick Lamar as an N word.
Okay.
And what surprised me was that he was so surprised that he did that.
Yeah. Because if you know your father.
And your uncle, like, I don't know
Yeah.
what makes you think that he wouldn't feel comfortable enough to say what he feels free enough to say.
Right.
So yeah, he said he left right after that, but that's part of the reason why it's still here. Like, there's no true connection, excuse me, conversation about why
Mm.
that's not cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I like seeing, especially right after the election, how there was so much conversation and discourse between white families because of thought processes like
Mhm.
that. There are a lot of people that decided to no longer talk to their family members that didn't understand. And
And refuse to try to understand.
yeah, I should have been sending you some of those videos. There was a lot of videos of, people just talking about how I've totally disconnected from my family
Mm.
because of them voting against everybody, including their own interests.
Right.
But we are hearing stories of people, with the regret
Mm.
coming back and saying, I'm sorry, I get it now. You know what I'm saying? And had the regret.
That's
Did
awesome.
you hear slash see the people protesting in South Carolina? I forget what part, but they were older Caucasian folks protesting in South Carolina. Lizzie Graham.
No, I
He
did not
said
hear
they
that.
he said they've been blowing up his phone about basically, of course, interests of the people.
Right.
Now, don't tell nobody I did like that I did not see one African American person in
Mm.
any of those videos, as
Okay.
you should. Have a seat, let them do it.
Right.
Because one thing that I'm noticing slash seeing is like, if we do get back out there like that with the protests and things of that nature, they'll try to turn it into something negative again.
As they did in the past. Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
With Black
so
Lives Matter. Exactly.
yeah. So we're not going to jump into this again. We're going to let them take over and do it because a white person's upsetness could possibly
And
change some
could
things
go
around.
so much further. Go so much further in the grand scheme of things.
Absolutely,
If it's our white brothers and sisters. You're right.
absolutely. So we're letting them have that. But I will do. Well, I'm not really a Target girly, so I'll make sure I stay in the way.
Gotcha.
But at Walmart, I haven't been going to Walmart a lot lately. The only picket line I'm crossing these days, unfortunately, is Amazon. Um, yeah,
Okay.
but
You said you haven't been going to Walmart lately?
no, no,
Wow. Okay.
I hardly have. But one thing I will say, back to the subject at hand. I'm sorry I went so far off.
It's okay.
Um, I really enjoyed the set list and everything. I think one of my okay, I really liked all the songs from GNX, especially the Squabble Up. I did enjoy um Epiphany. Oh my gosh. Is that the name of it?
I
Yeah,
do
Epiphany.
believe. Yeah. Hmm.
And of course him doing Not Like Us with the smile and stuff. I love it. That's a hey Drake. Cause he did
Look at
that.
me.
Now, I do kinda wish the lights were on kinda brighter, though. I was like, "Come on."
It did seem a little dark on the stage
Like it
itself,
was
even though
like
the floor was lit up quite well. Like you really couldn't see Kendrick Lamar's face
mm,
as clearly as you might have wanted to see it. But it is what it
it
is.
wasn't Epiphany, it was Euphoria.
Oh, Euphoria. Okay, gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
Tyrone says it was Utopia. When I saw Utopia, he's like, "No, it's Euphoria." Anyway, um, but I think my favorite song absolutely was All the Stars. I really enjoyed that song when it was out. So
I hear you talk
um
about that song all the time. Well, not all the time, but a lot.
yeah, I love that song.
Yeah.
Um so that was great and I really enjoyed the end. Did the TV off and did the TV off. PS Kendrick Lamar got the Koreans going crazy, child.
How so?
So this is referred to as a finger heart
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
in Korea.
Hmm.
So when he did like turn the TV off like with the remote, the Koreans were looking at it as if he was doing a finger heart.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
they're making it as they're making like little K-pop edits. So they okay.
That's so
When
sweet.
I
Oh
find
my
I have to
gosh.
send it to you. When they do so they basically have a song playing in the background and a bunch of cute pictures of that person, okay?
Okay.
So songs playing in the background, K-pop songs playing in the background with Kendrick Lamar, a whole bunch of stills of Kendrick Lamar or
That's
yeah.
awesome. That's
And
awesome.
they were calling him Oppa, like big brother and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's beautiful. That
He
is
was able to connect
beautiful.
accidentally to the Korean base there. Um, Tyrone says it's woke and DEI that they are blaming for the protest now.
Gotcha.
What bothers me about the whole DEI thing that people just make it just about black, but it's like it's more than that. It's about white women
Like
and literally everybody else.
we are not the only minority in the United States of America, people.
Ciao. Joseph Jarrell. Hey, Joseph.
Hey Joseph.
He says, "Why ain't you mashed the button yet? Huh? Huh? Don't make me grab your fat finger and mash it for you. Don't just watch without support. Are you like us, or are you the they? Because they not like us." Wow.
Like that
Um,
wordplay.
Tyrone says, Euphoria, sorry. No worries. Bianca says hello to Tyrone and Joseph. Tyrone says happy Thursday. Joseph says power sword. Hey, power sword. And Joseph also says, did you get your background on your phone yet? Maybe. I don't know who you're talking to. Maybe we're talking to Bianca.
Every time Joseph says power sword, all I can think about is the power sword for the Megazord and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Like,
Power sword.
Power sword now.
You can have the floor, sir.
Or maybe they did like this. I don't know.
Oh
But
yeah.
anyways, yeah, they did it across the chest. Yes. So yeah, I'm big on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. But anyways, so yes, the Eagles ended up winning the Super Bowl 40-22. Now it was, something. I think it
I
was
think they were surprised.
right. It was actually 20 something to 0 at the halftime. So I wasn't sure if the Chiefs would even put any points on the board, but I fully expected at that point that the Philadelphia Eagles were going to run away with this thing.
Really?
Absolutely. Even though the Chiefs aren't an amazing team, I respect them and what they've done in the last couple of years. I really I love Andy Reid, and I don't even follow football like that. But I understand how Andy Reid's career has gone on since he was in Philadelphia some years ago, then coming over to Kansas City and just doing his thing. But apparently it was just not their time. They were not supposed to three-peat. And so the Philadelphia Eagles did win. I was so happy for Kevin and Mikkel from the Scorpion Show, for our girl Erin here, for Brandon and Den, for everybody in Philly. Congratulations to your city. Especially after that incident with the plane that happened there. I'm so glad that they have something to lift their spirits, and I believe that their parade is tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So I hope
I'm
that
certainly going to
goes
be on TikTok looking for that one. Yes, sir.
right. So I hope that goes off without a hitch.
In Jesus' name.
And I also want to say that I loved seeing Jalen Hurts hugging his father after the game.
I thought you were just going to leave that there. I love seeing Jalen Hurts. I thought you were going to say that.
I mean, I could, what I'm saying. I mean, I could. Jennifer knows her brother, what I mean? It's all about the men's, honey. It's all about
The
the
men's.
MENZ. men's, honey.
Men's.
Okay, but I thought that that was such a sweet moment for him to share. Of course, his father was in tears. He, had to take off his glasses, and I just love seeing our men showing emotional affection towards one
Yeah.
another, a father and son, a black father and a black son
That
embracing
has
one
respect
another.
for the Black women.
Right, exactly. It's just so amazing to see, and then to see Jalen Hurts' significant other. She apparently is very educated, so I love seeing that, and so I thought that was just everything. So I believe that the Super Bowl was a success. Um, it'll be interesting to see where they go with it next year. So speaking of the Super Bowl, this will be my last Super Bowl topic. Um, Stephen A. Smith had an opinion on the fact that Serena Williams made a cameo appearance on the Super Bowl halftime show. He said, well, if my girl wanted to, throw shade at an ex, that she had, I'm leaving her. That's it. We ain't got to do nothing no more because why are you still thinking about your ex when you married and all this type of stuff. You know how Stephen A. Smith will put forth his opinion on certain things, and he's very 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 animated with his opinions, and for I can't say that it surprised me that he said that. I do understand what he was saying. If you're not, he makes it seem as though Serena is not over Drake, as if Serena is still, upset with Drake, as if Serena wanted
Ooh,
to do this
child.
just to get on Drake's nerve. And here's my thing about the whole thing. Serena is from Compton, just as Kendrick Lamar is from Compton. So we got a whole Compton thing going on. Serena did do the crip walk at the 2012 Olympics after she won the gold medal in the singles, and so of course that made perfect sense for her to do it here, representing Compton at the Super Bowl. Like, what was Drake in her mind when she decided to do
I'm
that?
sure.
Who? Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's say yes. Yeah, yes, it
Yeah.
was. But who gonna check her, boo? Who gonna check Serena for doing her thing? The greatest female tennis player of all times. 30, I think it's 24 Grand Slam singles titles. She can do whatever the F she want to do. It's Serena Williams. So I I can't say that I'm surprised that Stephen A. Smith
Come on.
took this side of the argument. However, I was still disappointed that he made Serena sound like a scorned lover. Serena's not a scorned lover. Serena is a happily married woman, with had this man's baby. Okay, her beautiful child, daughter, and Serena can do whatever the f she want to do. Like, come on. Like, who was not happy to see Serena doing the crip walk on the halftime show? I
I
have
was
yet
very
to see
excited to see her.
it.
I said,
Extremely excited. She has nothing to do with music whatsoever. She's just an icon, not only in the general United States, but for us as African Americans, we definitely all look up to her and praise her for everything that she's done in the tennis world and athletics in general. Some people see her as the best female athlete of all time. So
mm-hmm.
again, I'm not surprised that Stephen A. Smith said what he said, and I wouldn't be surprised if there were a lot of if there were some black men out there who have his same thought process as it pertains to the fact that Serena did perform with Kendrick on the halftime show. But Jennifer, had you heard that Stephen A. Smith made these comments? And if you, whether you have or you hadn't, what are your thoughts on the fact that he took that point?
I've heard about it. I do have words, but I want to insert Miss Kim's words.
Okay,
She says Stephen A. Smith's hairline is behind his ears. He should be quiet.
checkmate, boo.
Okay. Shoot, T.D. McCullum feels the same way. Look, for someone that does not have a wife, and okay, you know what? It doesn't even have to be about him not having somebody for himself.
Mhm.
But let's be real. Um, for her to do the crip walk there during Not Like Us, during that song, it does not mean that there is any kind of attraction to anybody. Let's be real. If he never said her name, she would never feel the need to protect herself, or her husband would never feel the need to protect himself, protect them, their family from a sad, sad man. I
That came for
believe
both of them in song, but
exactly.
proceed.
And one thing that I came to mind for me, maybe Drake paid him off to say that because that don't make no sense.
You right about that.
The
You could be
person
right about
that
that.
felt the need to say something in the first place is the one with the problem. He's the one that can't let go. To be honest, I don't, once again, if he never said anything, I don't think she would have been on that stage.
Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah, let's be real. And it like for me, Stephen A. Smith, his credibility in my eyeballs has been low for a very long time. And I don't know how you can go under the concrete, but he's under the concrete at this point. It's like now you just sounded stupid, sir. Like
Yeah.
that's just crazy. How you gonna say she the one hung up on him when she the one not only moved on, because moving on doesn't mean that you just found somebody. No, she was able to move on, like Maya.
Okay.
As
Yes.
to whose drawers are these, okay? Look,
Okay. I wear a size 4, nigga.
okay. So to move forward in life away from somebody, there's usually a reason. Okay.
Mhm.
And then she not only healed and got better after that situation, but she found somebody that is for her.
Right.
Married that person, married that person, married that person.
And that Alexis Ohanian loves and adores Serena Williams,
Okay,
treats
because
her like a queen.
I was a
All
little,
of us was like,
what are
because
we doing
we'd
here?
only seen her date brothers, for
Okay.
previously, Common and that other actor
Mm-hmm.
who had been
Wow.
in, yeah,
But his
whatever
actions
movie.
has shown that he loves and adores her.
Yeah.
So I'm on his team. I'm happy for her and being with somebody that loves her for who she is and will also stand up and not let none of y'all people talk about his his family.
His queen,
He
honey,
wasn't going
his
to let Drake
queen.
talk about how Drake said that he is a groupie for his
A
wife. I'm like,
groupie,
well,
right. If he is, so be it. He's a rich groupie.
but no, but here's the problem. If you're a groupie, who's best to be the groupie? The husband.
Okay. Biggest
Shoot,
fan.
let me upset. Let me be the biggest fan
Right.
of my wife. He mad because he don't have one, or anybody that will stay around with him, or conform to the things that he would like continuously cheating.
Mm,
You know, there's a problem when somebody like I put Drake in the same category as like a Common and stuff.
mm.
Those serial daters that be from this person to this person, but and you can't be with all these people and be like they're a great guy. I don't know why they can't find anyone.
There is a reason.
There's a
A
reason.
reason.
You
A
can't be dating that much and
reason.
can't connect with who you can't connect with nobody.
Right. Yeah.
People get tired of your mess after 3 months every time.
Every time.
So, Stephen A is stupid. He does need to work on his hairline or just go ahead and go bald because yes, I confirm it is behind his ears, just like Miss Kim said. I don't I don't understand why the man is even talking on that. He doesn't and even if that's how he truly feel, no. He might truly feel like that. It still makes him look like a band to me.
Right, because to me, he's been speaking up for Serena for as long as she's been playing. He's
Oh
been like
yeah.
her biggest fan on ESPN and all those other sports channels. So that's why it took me by surprise a little bit that he would say that. I know I said earlier that it didn't surprise me, but at the same time, yes, it did still surprise me that
You surprised me
he
because it's
felt
crazy what he said. Do you
exactly,
not know
and
what happened?
right, and it's so interesting that he did not mention the things that Drake has said about her and her husband in the past to put um to validate the reason why Serena
And
might
put
have done
context to
this.
it.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. Put context into why she might have made that decision. Because if he had not said those things, maybe I might want to consider that particular argument. But Drake has come for not only Serena but her
For her
husband
husband.
on wax.
So of course
So
you want to dance on somebody's grave.
exactly. So, in anyways,
Absolute
even
foolishness.
though I do love to see Stephen A. clips, like sometimes when I see people react to movies and TV shows, they'll use Stephen A. clips in the right times, and so they come off
He says
extremely
funny stuff.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does have his moments. But yeah, it is what it is. But last thing here, the Super Bowl became the most watched game in history, with Kendrick Lamar's halftime show reportedly bringing in a record-breaking 133.5 million viewers.
They
That's
said
once
it was
again
more than Michael
100
Jackson.
more than Michael 133.5 million. Like, I don't know if anything has been watched with that magnitude of viewers, like for real, for real. Like, that's huge. That is completely huge. Jennifer, we got any comments to get to before we get on out of here? Because we pretty much out of time now.
Yeah, Bianca says if you're enjoying this live and you want to support the host, hit this link, y'all. It's the Cash App. It's $ Jonathan Lee 07. And yeah, people watch this the halftime show per se, like over and over and over again, looking for depth, looking for all kinds of stuff. So they've really boosted up the things. Like his show did what it was supposed to do.
Right. Exactly.
So, if you can't ask Beyonce to come back, then you know. And then people, I'm wondering why Taylor hasn't done it yet. I'm starting to believe she said no.
Because that she would have done it by
I
now.
think she should
By
have done it by now.
now. I'm pretty sure she said no too.
Like,
It
not that
wouldn't
she's
surprise
my
me.
favorite, like, but why hasn't she done
But
it?
you would think, she's doing
Yeah,
stadium tours, an artist who is doing stadium tours.
an American artist.
American artist, you would only assume that she would be next in line, and she got all the hits to do
Hmm.
during the halftime show. She could probably take up a whole hour set with all the hits that she got. But it is what
I
it
guess she decided to
is.
just be in the stands, be in
And
the box.
also, I just wanted to mention really quickly before we get out of here, although all respect to Lil Wayne, I'm so glad that it was Kendrick Lamar during the halftime show, because I don't know how this conversation would be going if it was Lil Wayne during the halftime show. And that's no disrespect to Lil Wayne whatsoever. I respect everything that he's done. All the accolades that he's received during his illustrious career have been well deserved. However, I personally don't see Wayne as a performer per se. I just see him as a rapper. But Kendrick Lamar proved that he is a performer. The breath control that man had to be walking up and down that field, that entire set,
Yeah,
and still being able to literally hear everything that was coming out of his mouth. He was definitely performing live, for sure, for sure.
someone calculated how many
Obviously,
yards he walked. I saw on
really,
TikTok. I'm gonna have to find that one and send it to you. But they calculate he went this way. Yeah. Go ahead.
he used the entire field, the entire
Thank you, Beyonce.
field.
She showed us how to use the entire field on the last one.
Exactly.
And
So,
apparently they came up with the concept and everything in the last 2 weeks. I saw a video
wow.
I saw a video of, one of the people that, provided all of the, what the 100 people were wearing.
Mhm.
They said they had 2 weeks to take care of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, when you got money and power behind you, you can do anything in a short amount of time, honey.
Well then.
Anything. Well, thank y'all so much for joining us for this for this Hot Topics and Social
Uh-huh.
Commentary show live at 8 with JoJo Speaks. Thank y'all so much for being here with us. We love you guys for watching. Jennifer, why don't you go ahead and give us your social media contacts real quick?
Hi everyone, my name is Jennifer, but you can call me the Light of the Leo. Follow me at the Light of the Leo on Instagram, YouTube, what else? TikTok, and also on Discord. So go ahead and connect with me on all of those areas at the Light of the Leo so that you could connect with us or and me, mostly. And of course I do a Monday, I guess, debriefing, chill, whatever you want to call it today, tomorrow,
Reflection,
reflections, whatever,
decompressing,
decompressing. I
all the
do that
above.
every Monday at 9 p.m. Um, Eastern Standard Time. So join us for that. And oh, on Saturdays we do we come together on Faithful Warrior Ministries on YouTube. We come together to pray, read a devotional, and of course, connect as human beings. So join us for that as well. I'm sure that you would like it. If you like us, you would like that. And that's all.
All right, you guys can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is JoJo_speaks3020. My Facebook is Jonathan Lee. My email is williamjonathanlee@gmail.com. My Cash App is $Jonathan Lee 07. That's $JONATHAN07. Thank y'all once again so much for joining us for this evening. I love you guys for watching. Love you guys for watching, y'all. Good night, Dustin. Thank you so much for being here. Love you too. Thank y'all so much for watching. Join us next week, same time, same place, same beautiful faces. But until then, we'll say goodbye for now, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Stay warm out there. I know it's getting cold this week, so make sure y'all stay warm out there. Stay
It's
bundled
getting
up,
back
y'all.
into the 20s again, Jonathan. Why?
Wow. 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 When I went out into the garage a couple of weeks back in December, it was warm out there. Now it's got to take a jacket, Lord. But anyway, love you guys for watching. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.